Hello, my lovelies. Hello indeed. I am not 100% with live. Now I am 100% with live. It is so great to have you here. I'm Antonia, and I am putting together a challenge to cultivate your self confidence. It's going to be next week. It has so much goody goodness. And it's something that is very dear to my heart. So many ladies like self confidence. They find themselves running themselves down, telling themselves, oh, it's not going to work out anyway. Oh, I'm just so stupid, or something like that. Does that sound familiar? It just really aggravates me because it's not true. It absolutely isn't true. By telling yourself that you don't have the ability and that you're just useless, you are hurting yourself, and there's no need for that. Although it's hard to change, isn't it? So, this Cultivate Your Self Confidence Challenge is really dear to my heart. I say I'm convinced that we end up in this pattern of running ourselves down through our childhood. And today, what I want to talk to you about is this. Let me ask you the question. Did your parents have your back? Or did they hang you out to dry? This is something I really noticed because, look, I come at this from the angle of having parents who had my back. They encouraged me. They guided and supported me. They celebrated my successes. They cheered me on when things weren't going so well. They uplifted me. They never made me feel like I was a failure. And they never were dismissive of the things that went well. They were never dismissive of my efforts. And if something didn't work out, well, maybe this, that, or the other would be better next time. But I wasn't told, because you're useless. I mean, what did you expect? It was more like, oh, I'm sorry that happened. Oh, yeah, no, that's terribly disappointing and terribly sad, terribly annoying. And then maybe a little down the line, it was more like, well, have you considered perhaps you could have done this differently? So what it did was it just helped me step forward, knowing that there would be a soft landing, and there was support. If I was finding something a little scary, or I was thinking, ooh, that's a bit of a step too far, I don't know if I can do that, there was encouragement to take that leap. Didn't work out. There was that soft landing. There was encouragement, there was guidance, there was support, there was celebrations of wins and comfort and cheering on when things didn't go so well. And I was shocked. I was amazed, and I am angry for people who had the opposite experience. Those people, and was this you? People whose parents did not have their back. There was undermining, there was sneering, maybe there were comments on your body, maybe there were comparisons with your sibling, and with your sister, and so you never really stacked up. It was all terribly undermining. Talking about comments in comparison to your sister, there's this whole favorite part to not having your back, isn't there? This whole treating your kids overtly differently, even saying, yeah, your sister, she's gorgeous, she does well at school, she has this, that, and the other, and you just don't, you know? I mean, that does a number on you. Then there's we always wanted a boy, and you just look down on, and you're obviously less than. So, I mean, that's also going to do a number on you, isn't it? There's this whole just tearing away at how you feel about yourself when these sorts of things happen. And it does that number on you. It affects your self-confidence. It affects your self-esteem. And you carry that alone. And sometimes you don't even realize that. You don't realize that you're continuing this pattern in your own head. You've got those voices up there. Maybe they even sound like your parents. You never know. You've got those voices up there sort of sniffing and saying, well, you might be CEO. Look what your sister did. Well, yeah. Or it's that feeling of never being able to measure up. So you take that and have no self-confidence, do you? I mean, perhaps you were told you were useless at school. And so you just felt you weren't going to succeed. And maybe you gave up your dream of being a teacher or being a nurse. I know people who do the same. You know, their parents just crushed their faith, their trust in their abilities at school. And they look back, and it's not that they haven't done these things, but they've had that taken away from them. And it still happens. There's still that feeling of, I can't do this. And now we're at midlife, aren't we, lovely ladies? And it's a time of change. Do you find yourself second-guessing yourself and your ability to shape your midlife in a way you want? Perhaps it occurs to you, oh, it could be something as simple as, oh, I'd like to travel. But, you know, I'm just not good at, you know, being out there and on my own and figuring out how to do these things. It can be something as simple as that. It can be something as big as, I've always wanted to pursue my art. I always thought that I had this amazing ability, this passion for my art, but it was ridiculed, and I still feel that. and I want to pursue it. Maybe I want to go to school more for art. Maybe I want to try and get into a gallery. Maybe I want to open an art gallery. And you're thinking, I can never make it work. I'm just going to fail again. I'm going to fail again if I try to pursue my art. I'm sure you're careful not to do that to the ones that are around you that you love, because that's something you learn, isn't it? But you're not doing it for yourself. You're not breaking out of this pattern. And midlife is a great time to do it because there's this change, and you are at a point where you're thinking about this chapter and wanting to make it utterly, utterly amazing. Boom. And this is why I am so excited to be creating this Cultivate Your Self-Confidence Challenge. I know that this is hard, and I know it's amazingly important. And this challenge will really start to break that pattern in your mind. Maybe you need to identify it. You really need to understand the number it's done on you. We're going to do that. Because not getting the kind of support, not having your parents have your back, is creating and still a factor in your self-confidence. So we want to really start to break out this pattern, because when we do it, it's not too late. It's not too late for you to have that support now. It really isn't. I have a dear friend who's one of the people that really I saw growing up that got me onto this. And you can get this support. She seeks it. She gets it. And boy, does it make a difference. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to give you this support now to help uplift you, to help increase your self-confidence. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, there's going to be some amazing yoga on and off the mat tools to help you do this. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I've been a bit about, well, okay, I've identified that, I've seen that pattern, I've seen this issue. Look at me, what do I do about it now? How do I shift that? How do I change that? That's one of the amazing things when I discovered yoga in my mid-40s. Yoga helps you do this. And we're going to be talking a lot more about how it's doing that. So come in and find out. Find out how yoga is so amazing in helping you shift patterns, and then in helping you do it for yourself. What do I mean here? The yoga, the tools, they're going to help you build your own confidence up. Look at that. You seek support, and that's important. I think that can be a missing sort of link for people when they didn't get that kind of having someone, a parent having your back. There's that missing puzzle piece of needing support. And we're going to go into that. And then we're going to go into how you can self-support. You're going to have some yoga tools to break the pattern, and then to start this important work of being able to build up your self-confidence, because you are capable. you just think you are. You have to break that pattern, and then you can really dig into how capable you are. And you can use these tools again and again to help guide you to do that. I'm also going to talk about how it can go deeper with me, and at the end of the challenge. You're just going to get these amazing tools to take home with you and do again and again. Now, roll up your sleeves, my lovelies. Sign up for this and get yourself ready. It's going to be quite a ride because this is deep, deep work. This is the internal stuff. This is the life-changing, pattern-changing, uplifting work that creates a whole new way of looking at things. It'll help you create the self-confidence. You can step forward and create this midlife chapter in a way that you want. You should not be shying away. And that's what we're going to be working through. The link to signing up, because you mustn't miss your tools. You get your tools if you sign up. The link is above, or, in the blurb. And I just can't wait for us to get into the weeds here so that you can have a beautiful, self-confident garden. See you then.